Very melancholy, Vicky, dear.
Yes, well, it's a very melancholy time, isn't
Hello, Klaus.
Good afternoon, Lady Bourne.
I had a little nap after tea. Was there anything new on the wireless? Is your father home?
it? We're sure to be late from the Admiralty.
One feels so out of touch when one gets old. I don't really understand what's going on, but nobody seems to be capable of explaining it. What's wrong with these Sudeten people?
They're Germans who live in Czechoslovakia.
About 3 million of them, Klaus says. They feel oppressed. So do I in this house today.
Now, what does he want?
Who?
There's a man with big muddy boots tramping across the lawn.
I expect he's come to see Mr. Parry in the estate office.
Well, he should know better than to take shortcuts across the lawn. This would never have happened if your father had been looking after the estate himself still.
He couldn't. Once he went into Parliament, he had to get an agent.
And who's this man Hemline?
Henlein. He's the leader of the Germans in Czechoslovakia. And
Go away. The impertinence. I really don't know what the world's coming to. Trouble with Czechoslovakia. They always seemed such kind people.
Actually, I think it's the Nazis who are the main trouble.
No, Vicky.
Well, you're not a Nazi any longer.
I do not approve of many things which are done now inside the Fatherland, but I do support its foreign policy.
Now, Klaus, my dear boy, of course it's quite right that you should be patriotic, but do you want another war?
Certainly not. And there's no reason why there should be one. All that the Fuhrer is asking is for the German peoples of Europe to be united in the Reich.
Well, on the face of it, that sounds reasonable. If they want to be united.
I'm sure they do.
Well, I wonder.
Excuse me, please, but do you not also wonder about all the millions of Indians and Africans and West Indians in your empire? Do they want to be subjects of the British Crown?
Oh, that's quite different. We brought them Christianity and civilization and good government.
Perhaps. Nevertheless, they are still subject peoples. The Fuhrer is not trying to subject anybody, only to unite Germans. Ein Volk, ein Reich. Already he has made the Anschluss with Austria. Now it is time for the Sudeten Germans also to become part of the Reich.
But will that be the end? If he does get the Sudeten land, will Hitler stop there?
Yes. At least I hope so. I believe so.
And if he doesn't, if President Benesch refuses to give way?
I don't know, Vicky. I dare not think of it.
My dear boy, you seem just as confused as the rest of us. What was it that man said in the Irish play? The whole world is in a state of chassis.
I beg your pardon?
What with labourers tramping across the lawn, and Hitler and Henlein and Benesch. What's Benesch doing about it all, anyway?
I'm not sure, Granny. I think he's...
No, don't tell me now, darling. It'll only upset me. I'll talk to your father later. Play something for me. Trouble with the Germans, indeed. Oh, Klaus, you gave us beautiful music for hundreds of years, And now we're going to fight you again. I don't see the sense in it.
Yes? So, come in, Bryce. You got my message, then?
John Macy stopped by my cottage this morning.
Well, shut the door. Now, I suppose you know why I want to see you.
I reckon so. And I know why I want to see you.
Oh?
I want my wages, Mr. Parry.
You want your wages? I've been doing a bit of reckoning, Bryce. I think you owe me an explanation. Where in hell's name have you been these last 10 days?
I've been home.
Home?
That's what I said.
Not sick, are you?
No, Mr. Parry. I'm not sick.
Then perhaps you'll be good enough to explain why you haven't been at your work.
Oh, you know why. John Macy gave you the reason at my request.
I want to hear it from you, Bryce.
I've a wife laid low with a chest so chronic she can't set foot from her bed. And two little ones poorly with a wasting the doctor can't make out. Now, who's to care for them while my wife's sick?
Have you had the nurse in?
She drops by twice a week.
Relatives?
I'm new to this part of the country, Mr. Parry. I come here because there was a job with a dwelling. I don't cart my relations after me like a gypsy.
Then do what the others do.
What's that?
Make arrangements with neighbors and so forth.
They do what they can, but there's a limit to the help folks can't give.
Always excuses. Do you know what I think of you, Bryce? And your type?
I have a pretty fair idea.
You're a shirker. I've watched you, and I've kept records. Let's have a look at your record, shall we? Bryce?
Oh, it's you. We thought we heard a car.
Hello, Mother. Vicky, darling. Class.
Commander?
I shan't be wanting you any more this evening, Gates. You're going out, aren't you?
That's right, Commander. Sure, thank you very much.
Liz at home?
Yes, she's upstairs. She's just arrived.
Arthur, do come and sit down and tell us what's going on. Klaus seems to think we needn't worry.
I did not say that there was nothing to
But
worry.
the news sounds appalling. Will the Czech president give way? And if he doesn't, will there be another war? Or will he allow the Germans to be united?
Mother, please. One question at a time. Hello, Liz.
Hello, Daddy.
Every week in Birmingham.
Things could have been worse. Well, how are things in the house?
Your father was just on the point of telling us.
Not too good, I'm afraid. The Germans have started accusing the Czechs of a terror, which isn't true, and...
Excuse me, Commander, but how can you be sure it is not true?
Well, you must know that all governments have their sources of information. But, true or not, there's no doubt the German troops are moving towards the frontier.
This is probably a precaution only.
Or a bit of saber rattling.
But there are still negotiations, yes?
I think so, yes. That man Henlein's still talking.
Ah, I know about him.
Yes, well, he's negotiating, or should I say demanding, concessions from the Czech President Beneš. Frankly, it doesn't look too hopeful.
If Beneš were to grant a plebiscite in the Sudetenland,
Why should he?
the principle of self-determination was laid down in the Versailles Treaty.
But not under threat of invasion. If you ask me, Hitler and Henlein don't want the negotiations to succeed.
No, I don't know. Certainly an impasse at the conference table will give them precisely the excuse they need.
And what are we going to do about it? Stand by and watch them march in as we did with Austria?
We're not alone in the world, you know. What are the Russians going to do? What are the French going to do? They're pledged to Czechoslovakia. Well, you know, the official view, we can't act alone. We are not prepared.
Yes, and damn pusillanimous it is.
Listen.
It's a good excuse for doing nothing.
Well, to be fair, the Foreign Secretary has sent a warning to Hitler.
Meaning it, or is it just a bluff?
Bluff or not, we must hope it works.
And if it doesn't, the Nazis take over the Sudetens, is that it?
They're Germans, Elizabeth. They should be united in the Reich.
For heaven's sake, don't start again. It'll only end in a ghastly row.
I think I'll go up if you don't mind. See you later.
Vicky, my dear, I am sorry. I promise I shall not speak of politics again this whole weekend.
Poor little thing, it's so unfair. At just the time of her life when she ought to be so happy.
If you're needed so badly at home, answer me this. How do you find time to go drinking in the Barley Mow? You've been seen there, so I shouldn't deny it.
A man needs some relaxation.
You're no better than a common thief. You take the commander's wages and then you dodge your work and go drinking in a public house.
Wages, 31 shillings a week.
Oh, you have a complaint about your wages
Now,
now.
show me a man who hasn't.
Would you care to elaborate on that, Bryce? You've been talking about it quite a bit, haven't you?
Oh, that's what this is all about. Scared I might get the men making demands. That'd cause you a bit of bother, eh?
You're a troublesome character, Bryce. I know what you've been saying. I've heard the men talking.
There's no law says a man can't voice his opinions.
Then don't try spreading your ideas around here. The days of agitating are gone forever, since 1926.
Aye. It'll be back to the days of poor law if you and your kind have their way.
Me and my kind. And who are they?
Landlords. Living in their big houses and gadding up to London. We'd never have thought for me and my kind who makes the wealth. And you? You're a little more than an errand boy, aren't you? An educated errand boy doing their dirty work, keeping their hands nice and clean.
I work, Bryce. Don't you think I'd keep my job if I spent my time drinking? Well, you just think about that when you're feeling so damn sorry for yourself. There are plenty of people on this estate with problems far worse than yours who manage to get themselves to work. Now get off.
What about my wages? I want my wages.
You haven't earned any.
I'm not budging till you pay me. I've food to buy my little ones. I must have money.
To squander in the barley mow.
Oh, 2 drinks. Is that going to be flung on me forever? Look, I'll be back at work just as soon as my wife's fit.
You'll never be back, Bryce. Not if I have my way. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see the commander, and I'm going to recommend that you're dismissed. Now, are you going, or do I have to have you thrown out?
I've, not read many books, Mr. Parry, but them I've read good. There are things happening in the world right at this moment that ordinary folk have no control
I
of.
don't want to listen to
Do you
your
know why they're
politics.
happening? To satisfy the appetites of you and your kind.
That is quite enough, Bryce. Take your complaints to the National Unemployed Workers Movement, if you can find a branch round here.
No, I'm not letting it get me down. Not tonight. I'm putting it right out of my head.
But it doesn't seem proper.
What doesn't?
Well, going gadding out at a time like this. Going dancing when there's so much trouble facing us.
What do you say, Mr. Parsons?
Well, it is a British Legion dinner, and if the Legion thought that it was in any way improper, I'm sure they would have cancelled it.
Ah, there you are. It's old soldiers. And if old soldiers who've served king and country don't know what's proper, I'd like to know who does.
I still don't feel like it.
Oh, don't be such a misery, Eileen.
Well, how about another drink? I'll put you in a more cheerful mood, Mrs. Gage.
Oh, I don't know as I should. Mr. Parsons, I've already had one.
We've all had one. And now we'll all have another one. Would you do the honours, Mr. Parsons?
Certainly, Mr. Gage.
Still locked in conference? But to my mind, it's a farce that's been allowed to go on far too long. Nothing short of an invasion is going to satisfy Hitler. Remember Churchill in the House last month? A program of aggression. Nicely timed, unfolding stage by stage. Yes. Yes, there's a full alert in Whitehall. Just a question of sweating it out. Let me know if you hear anything, will you? Yes, I'm expecting him to telephone me any minute. Right, goodbye. Yes?
Could I have a word with you, Commander?
What is it, Parry?
There's just a spot of bother with one of the labourers. I know how busy you are with far more important things, and I don't like troubling you with trifles at a time like this.
Never mind all that. Now, what is it?
A chap named Bryce, been here 6 months or so, you'll recall.
Bryce?
Lives in one of those cottages in Chestnut Lane.
Oh, what about him?
He hasn't turned up for work for 10 days.
Was he ill?
No, he's not ill. Fit as a fiddle, actually. Well, fit enough to go drinking in the barley mow. Been seen there on numerous occasions.
Well, you had him in?
Oh, yes.
Any explanation?
Oh, none that holds any water. Of course, I'd be willing to deal with it myself, but I thought in view of the misunderstanding of the Woods cottage...
Hello? Yes? Oh, ask him to hang on a moment, would you? Look, Parry, I am rather busy.
Yes, I can see that, sir. Look, it's just a minor problem. Shall I go ahead and deal with it as I think fit?
Well, a work-shy labourer is not very complicated, is it?
Not at all. I'll deal with it right away. Sorry to have troubled you, Commander.
Hello? Yeah, oh, George, sorry to have kept you waiting. Yes, I didn't leave the Admiralty till this afternoon. The telegrams are rushing in faster than we could decode them.
You're looking very pleased with yourself, Mr. Parry.
Oh, and Dr. Bourne, I'm sorry I didn't see you sitting there. You, are down for a rest?
I've just 5 days to be thoroughly lazy. How are things on the estate?
Oh, well, we have our problems, but they're nothing compared to the international situation.
I heard in the village that Nancy Bryce has a problem. The same problem with her health.
Yes, I'd heard something, too. Still, she's a strong woman. I wouldn't worry.
She may be a big woman, but it doesn't follow that she's strong.
An expert's judgment, what can I say?
It's hardly surprising the woman's ill again. The conditions in her cottage are disgusting.
In all the cottages. Conditions are bad in all the cottages.
Do you really believe that?
Oh, yes. It's not just the Bryces. There are many far worse off. As a matter of fact, I was drawing up a list of improvements that should be given urgent consideration. I was going to go through the details with your father this weekend, but I'd be grateful for your advice on this.
Yes?
Do you think that this is the right moment?
Well, he has got rather a lot on his mind.
Yes, that's what I thought. So, better not mention the cottages or Mrs. Bryce for the time being. Thank you. Yes, we'll leave it till he can give the matter his full consideration.
Yes, all right, Mr. Parry.
Thank you. Well, good evening. Enjoy your rest.
Thank you.
Break of morn. You feeling better now?
Yeah, silly of me, wasn't it? But I just didn't feel like it. I'm all right now.
Must be all those dances I promised you. After the dancers leaving, many a heart is aching.
Don't you be so conceited.
Me?
Well, all those dances you promised me, nothing to do with it.
Huh? What made you perk up then?
More likely all that beer Mr. Parsons brought.
Me and my girl meant for each other.
Class?
More coffee, Arthur?
No, thank you, Mother.
Liz? No. Vicky?
No, thank you, Grandma.
Toast?
No, thank you.
Well, in that case, I think I'll go up. It's been rather a tiring day. Although I must admit, I was wrong about Mrs. Gates. As cold collations go, it was quite delicious.
Good night, Mother.
Night, dear.
Night,
Night,
Granny.
Vicky.
I'd let it
love.
Doesn't it strike you as odd?
What?
At a moment like this, when we're on the brink of war, we've all changed for a help-yourself cold supper.
We shouldn't let standards slip, whatever the circumstances.
Well, what are the circumstances? Nobody really knows. But if France and Britain do what they ought to do and stand up to the Germans...
Oh, Liz, don't!
I'm sorry, Vicky, it's important. If we do what we ought to do, any day now the heavens will open and thousands of tons of explosives will spill into the hearts of our cities. I shall be up all night patching up maimed bodies. And whatever you're doing, will you be doing it in a dinner jacket?
Liz!
I'm sorry I'm confused and tired. It's been an awful week. I want to sort things out. I just can't stop thinking about what those German bombers did to Guernica.
Dressing for dinner may appear to be an empty ritual, but isn't that what societies have always done? Clung to ritual for support and reassurance, especially in times of peril. Didn't you find evidence of that on your archaeological dig?
Wise, Papa. You're right, of course. Infuriatingly right. Just when I wanted an argument.
No more argument, please, Liz.
Not with me. I have promised not to speak of politics.
I just don't see how we can help it. Are they still talking, the Czechs and Sudeteners?
Well, they were an hour ago, which is a good sign.
If they agree about anything. History seems to be full of meetings and conferences with nobody ever agreeing.
Oh, I don't know. What about the Congress of Vienna after Waterloo? Hmm? The Allies managed to pass one uncontested resolution.
What was that?
That Brie should be called the King of Cheeses.
Mrs. Cave, how's your the dance?
I knew we shouldn't have gone. I knew it wasn't right.
What's happened?
It's not Gates' fault, sir. He's not to blame. There's nobody more careful.
Now, Mrs. Gates, try and pull yourself together. What isn't his fault?
He's hit somebody. An old man come out of a side road, right in front of us. There's old Reynolds on his bike.
Is he hurt?
Yes, miss. I think he's hurt bad. I couldn't get a word out of him.
Yes,
We
now,
laid there all
yes,
crumpled
Mrs.
up.
Gates, have you called the police, the ambulance?
No, sir, because this was in his phone.
Yes.
I ran
Where
back
did
and
this
left
happen?
him there. About half a mile down the road towards Albury, near Rifkin's
Liz?
farm.
I'll get my bag.
Police. As quick as you can, please, Mrs. Bartlett.
Oh, please, God, you'll be all right. Please, God, she'll be able to do something for him.
She'll do all she can, Mrs. Gates.
Now, this is Commander Bourne speaking. There's been an accident about half a mile from here on the Holbury Road. Yes, my daughter's gone to see what help she can give, but naturally she'll need an ambulance. Right, thank you. Goodbye.
I'll take your car, see what I can do in the
Yes.
first aid.
Well, there's nothing more we can do at the moment, Mrs. Gates. Now, you've had a terrible shock, so just drink this. There's nothing more we can do now but hope and wait.
That's what it is, isn't it? A weekend of waiting and hoping.
Has anybody moved him?
No, I've heard it said it's best not to. Thank goodness you come, Miss Liz.
Has he said anything, made any movement?
No, nothing. I don't know what happened. I wasn't going fast. We were in plenty of time. I was just driving along steady, miss, and he suddenly wobbled out in the road in front of me.
All right. Come along now. Move back there. Well, evening, Dr. Bourne. Ambulance should be along soon.
I'm afraid the ambulance won't be of much practical use. He's dead.
It was you in charge of the vehicle, Mr. Gates?
Yeah,
Then I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to accompany me to the station.
but it was an accident.
Well, that says maybe. It'll be up for the coroner to decide. But there's questions I'm obliged to ask you, Mr. Gates.
Won't you have to wait around here for the ambulance?
Yeah?
Gates is very shaken. Couldn't you ask your questions later up at the house? Well, is there any point in making him wait around here?
Yeah, but there's procedures laid
Yes,
down.
yes, I know. But Gates isn't going to run away. I can vouch for that.
Well, very well, Dr. Bourne. I'll accept your word for it. I'll see you later. Now, come on. Haven't you folk anything better to do? Stand gawping at a dead man. Now, come along. Come along. Move yourselves home now. That's it.
I wasn't going fast. I never goes fast. Well, you ask the commander if I'm in the habit of driving fast.
It's perfectly true, officer. Gates has been driving for me for how long is it?
14 years, sir.
And not once during that time have I had occasion to reprimand him for careless driving.
Oh, I seem to remember you spilling your missus out of a sidecar one time.
I didn't spill her out, she fell out.
Oh, we must have taken a corner a bit sharpish for that to happen.
Yeah, I think we'd better confine our remarks to this present incident.
I've no intention of doing otherwise, Commander. Now, you say the deceased, Mr. Reynolds, wobbled out in front of you.
Yes.
Were his lights on?
Why should they be? It wasn't lighting up time.
Ah, yes. And did he ring his bell when he came out the side road?
I don't know. I wouldn't hear the sound of a bicycle bell with the sound of my car's engine.
Quite. And did you eat your own?
Why should I? It was my right of way.
Yeah. Well, it's a good job for you. You was on your way to the dance and not coming back from it.
I don't follow.
Well, on your way back, likely as not, you'd have had a few drinks inside you. There'll be witnesses to testify as to how many. And that wouldn't go down too well at an inquest or any subsequent proceedings. Excuse me, sir. Mr. Gates? Would you mind standing over there on the corner of the carpet, Mr. Gates?
What for?
Just stand on the line in the pattern. Go on.
Like this?
Right. Now, Mr. Gates, I want you to walk the length of the line in the pattern, steady-like, making sure that your feet don't leave it. Yeah. No visible signs of intoxication. Well, I think we can leave it there for tonight, Commander.
Yes, but what'll happen now?
Well, there'll be a closer examination of the scene of the accident in the morning, road surface examination for skid marks and irregularities, etc., measurement of vehicles at position of impact, etc., then the inquest, which naturally you will be required to attend.
If anybody needs convincing that Gates is a most careful driver, you will let me know.
I'm sure your words will carry great weight, sir. Good night, Doctor.
Good night.
Well, naturally, the opinion of a man in your position will receive the consideration it warrants, sir. But finally, it will be up to the coroner.
Yes, of course, Green. Oh, good night.
Good night, sir.
Did I hear the sweet sound of strings being played? Not to say pulled.
Now, don't you stop parading your social conscience at this time of night, young lady.
I'm very grateful to you for that, sir.
What?
For putting a word in for me, sir. It must have helped a great deal.
Not you as well. Now, you listen to me. Whatever I do to help you, I will not pervert the course of justice. I'll do what little I can to help you, just so long as I believe in your innocence. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, what speed were you doing?
What?
What speed when you knocked the old man down?
Well, I don't know, sir.
You don't know?
Well, 40.
40?
Sir.
You were approaching a bend at Rifkin's farm.
But I had time to pull up, sir.
You thought you had time to pull up? When did you last have your brakes tested?
Well, I can't remember.
You can't remember. It's your car, your responsibility.
Well, not long ago, sir, a few weeks. The brakes were all right, sir. I used them at a level crossing.
What happened just before the accident?
I was just driving, sir.
Not talking?
Talking?
To Mrs. Gates.
Oh, yes. Well, we were talking, sir, and having a bit of a sing.
You were singing?
We were on our way to a dance, sir. Mrs. Gates didn't want to go, and I was trying to cheer her up a bit.
I never heard you sing in the car before.
I respect her. It's not quite the same driving you as it is driving Mrs. Gates.
You sure you hadn't been drinking?
Well,
are you or are you not? Now answer the question.
Well, sir, Mr. Parsons did come round with...
With what?
Bottle of pale ale.
So, you had been drinking.
Well, only 2 glasses, sir.
You lied to the constable.
Well, he never asked me direct, sir, if I've been drinking.
Are they small glasses, big glasses?
Tumblers. Oh, but there's nothing in pale ale, sir. It's all fizz.
You hadn't had your brakes tested. You're going off to a dance, in a party mood. You're laughing and singing, and you'd been drinking, and you lied to the police. You caused that accident, Gates.
No, sir.
You knocked the old man off his bicycle.
Yes, sir.
You knocked him down and killed him because you were intoxicated.
Well, only 2 glasses, sir. He wobbled out in front of me before I
you
had
were
time
trying to put your brakes on. If you hadn't been intoxicated, your reactions would have been quicker.
But I tell you, it's all fizz in pale ale. And I did that drink about an hour before, sir. And I'd had a sandwich and that soaked it up. Oh, I'm sorry to have shouted, sir.
You realize if you weren't responsible for the accident, there's only one other person who could have been.
Well, the old man himself?
No, Gates.
I don't know, sir.
Me.
You, sir?
Yes. I lent you the money to buy the car. We went and looked at it together, and I had a good look under the bonnet, and I advanced you £30.
Very generous it was.
Yes. Well, if I'd been a little more generous, if I'd advanced you, say, £60, you could have bought a car with good steering and brakes.
Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with that car, sir.
That's nothing more than a rusty sardine tin. only I'd been a little more generous, poor old Reynolds might still be alive today.
I'll not have that, Commander. That's not true. I'll match my car for maintenance against any in the district. To blame that car, sir's all poppycock. Oh, I'm sorry, Commander. I don't know what's got into me.
Marine Gates!
Sir!
Fall out.
But... Permission to speak, sir?
Go ahead.
Well, sir, it wasn't my fault, but I'll not allow you to blame yourself, sir.
Go to bed, man.
I know now you're innocent. Try and get some sleep.
How comes that you're suddenly so sure, sir?
A man who stands accused of manslaughter doesn't risk the wrath of his employer by accusing him of talking... What was the word? Poppycock?
I'm very ashamed of that, sir.
Oh, no need to be. You're proud of your car, but even so, if you really thought you caused the accident, you'd have jumped at the chance of blaming it on a deficient lump of metal.
I hope not, sir.
Good night, Gates.
Good night, sir.
Good walk, darling?
The walk was good. My thoughts were not.
I know. I've been reading the papers.
Vicky, if I stay here, as a situation as it is, there will only be more quarrels. I've decided to go back to London today.
When?
If Gates or someone can drive me to the station, I believe there's a train about 1 o'clock.
Shall I go with you?
Could you?
Why not? I'm sure Daddy wouldn't mind, and Aunt Phil can put me up. And we can go out every evening and forget about the horrors.
Good. Let us do that.
Where's Gates? Why hasn't he brought the car round? I'm going to be late for morning service. You're coming too, aren't you, Vicky?
I'm not sure, Granny.
Oh, but you must come to church and pray for peace. You too, Klaus. And you, Elizabeth. You are coming, aren't you, dear?
Coming where?
To church.
Oh, must I? I came down for a restful weekend.
Why, I shouldn't think there was anything very strenuous about being driven to church and hearing one of Mr. Hallam's nice sermons. Very restful, I should call it.
Not to say soporific.
Elizabeth, you're becoming far too catty.
I'm sorry, Granny. Of course I'll come.
Then find Gates.
Gates? Oh, yes.
Oh, dear.
It's no good, Commander. I'll never drive again.
His nerve's gone, sir.
I haven't slept a wink. I kept seeing that old man lying on the road. I'll never forget it.
You've seen dead men before. Now, come on, pull yourself together.
Well, I'm doing my best, sir, but...
Couldn't you drive yourself?
Eileen.
Oh, I am sorry, sir. I didn't mean to be rude, but I just meant like today with Gates been all shook up. Couldn't you let him off?
Well, of course I could. The longer he leaves it, the harder it'll be. It's like being thrown from a horse. It's a sound principle to get straight back into the saddle. Stops you brooding and thinking about your nerve. Now, come along.
Who am I driving, sir?
Myself, Lady Bourne, and...
Does her ladyship know what happened, sir?
No, we thought it best not to tell her.
Go on, love. You'll be fine.
Morning, Commander.
Good morning.
You don't know me, do you?
Should I?
Some might think so, since I work in your fields. That is, I did work in them till yesterday, when your man Parry come down and sacked me.
Look, if you have a grievance...
Look after him, won't you? Make sure he's kept out of trouble, eh?
Arthur, what is it?
Help your lackey dodge the rat when the old village knows he killed a man. Drive it, stinking drum. Now clear off. Take your hands off. I got too little into home. I can't feed proper on the wages you pay me. And now you're even denying me them.
Now, look, this is neither the time nor the place. I suggest you come to see me at the estate office tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
little extraordinary man. What did he mean?
Fancy a quick one before driving them home, eh?
No need to ask where you've been, I suppose.
Oh, can you guess?
I can make a deduction based on the incident outside the church, your gloomy silence at lunch, and your generally poor opinion of the condition of our cottages. You've been to see Bryce, my dear Watson.
Who has a desperately sick wife and is living knee-deep in filth. I've asked Dr. Bentley to look in again. It's chronic bronchitis.
Yes, and you want to have an argument about it.
Pointless. I want you to do something.
You could have chosen a better time.
Oh, you mean the perilous international situation?
Yes.
Father, I know you're very wrapped up in that, but you did find time to help Gates.
Help him?
Have a word in the policeman's ear.
Damn it, Liz, are you accusing me of something?
Yes, I suppose I am.
Of what precisely?
Of being more concerned to help Gates than help a wretchedly poor family.
Gates has been with me for years. He's an old and trusted servant.
Well, Bryce is your servant in a sense. He works on your estate.
Yes, only sporadically, it would seem, and I strongly object to this imputation that I've done something dishonest.
It's what they're saying in the village.
Well, you can tell them in the village that I put Gates through a pretty harsh cross-examination which finally convinced me of his innocence. Whatever happens now is entirely up to the coroner and the inquest. I have done nothing to pervert the course of justice.
Father, can't you understand that because of his position in relation to you, Gates has an advantage?
Oh, so I'm abusing my influence. Well, that's what you're suggesting, isn't it?
Father, no. I'm just asking you to show Bryce the same concern you're showing Gates. A defenseless man is being threatened by a bully. The bully is answerable to you. Ultimately, it's your responsibility.
Oh, who is this bully?
Parry, of course.
No, well, he came to see me. I was rather preoccupied.
Yes, it was the same 2 months ago, wasn't it? When the Woods were being evicted. Only then it was Austria being annexed. Now it's the Sudetans under threat, and you're preoccupied again, so you leave it to Parry.
Well, of course I leave it to Parry. He's a very capable and hard-working man, and he came to me with the highest possible recommendation. So naturally, I told him to handle it as he thought fit.
Yes, well, he did that all right. Went straight down and sacked Bryce. Did he tell you about the wife and children?
No, only that the man was work-shy.
And that was enough?
Now, Liz!
Well, don't expect me to be impressed by your deep concern about international bullying when you allow the same thing to happen on your own doorstep.
All right, Liz. I'm seeing the man tomorrow. I'll do what's fair. He'll be on an equal footing with Gates.
Thank you.
By the way, is there any truth in the rumour that the man drinks? Bryce, I mean.
I shouldn't think any more than most. How could he afford to?
Or that he's a troublemaker?
What do you mean by that? That he's not afraid to speak his mind or to stand up for himself and his family?
Liz, are you seeing anyone in particular in Birmingham at the moment?
Is that as innocent as it sounds?
Oh, just curiosity.
Don't worry, they're all my own ideas. I'm not going out with some raving communist.
I don't know where he got hold of the idea from. But you mark my words, it'll be all around the village by now that I was driving stinking drunk.
Well, Constable Green don't think so, Fred. I mean, he made you walk that line, didn't he?
Well, that don't make no difference. It's been said, and said in public. And it'll be said again. You know what people are when they get hold of something nasty. What do you say, Mr. Parsons?
Well, I must confess to a nagging feeling that I'm to blame.
You, Mr. Parsons, now there's no call to blame yourself.
Yes, if you remember, it was I that brought the pale ale.
Yeah, but I only had 2 glasses.
Oh, yes, but it's on your mind, isn't it? You know that you've taken a drink, and that there's an element of truth in what Bryce is saying.
No smoke without fire. Yes, you can't help feeling that even when it's yourself involved.
That's plain daft, that is.
It's the human character, Mrs. Gates.
But how did he know? How did Tom Bryce know that I'd had a drink? What's that damn Bryce been doing? Peering through the window at us?
Again, I'm afraid I'm to blame.
Now, Mr. Parsons, you must stop this blaming
No,
yourself.
I'm quite serious. You see, when I was in the off-licence, Bryce came in just as I was telling Mrs. Patton that I was on my way over to Larkfield to see you.
So that's it.
Of course, there's no doubt in our own minds that Mr. Gates was quite sober at the time of the accident. But what about the man on the bicycle? What if he'd been drinking? Have you thought of that?
I don't know.
Well, I do. I saw him coming out of the Rainbow. He'd been drinking, all right. The problem is how to prove it.
He's a tricky customer. A real troublemaker.
Yes, so you said before.
I was only trying to point out that one has to watch him.
And I think I pointed out that I don't wish to discuss it further until he arrives.
That's typical. Can't even be in time to see you.
Yes, well, we have other things to discuss. The draining of Beecher's Pond, for instance.
Kept you gentlemen waiting, have I? Oh, I'm sorry about that. You see, I had a bit of waiting to do myself for a doctor. Being a family man, you'll understand that, eh, Squire? You'll know all about the inconvenience of a sick family. Oh, perhaps yours is never sick on the food you give them.
Have you been drinking?
Oh, I had a skinful.
Do you see what I mean? It's only just after 9. The commander's got a few words to say to you, Bryce, so pull yourself together.
Oh, I beg your pardon, sir.
Bryce, first I must tell you that your behavior yesterday was utterly reprehensible.
Downright disrespectful.
Harry! There's a time and a place, Bryce. Remember that in future.
Oh, thank you, sir. That's very sound. I'll not forget that.
Mr. Barry tells me that you've been absent from work for the past 10 days. And this isn't the first time you've been away without permission. Now, you understand that is the reason why you're being dismissed.
I understand that's the reason he's given, yes.
You've got the worst record of any man on the estate.
And you know what, you toe rag.
Now, that's enough. Now, have you anything to say in mitigation?
Oh, yes, sir, but it won't cut much ice. There's my family. He knows all about my family.
And your drinking? And your political agitating? There's been no end of trouble with the man. He's a dedicated subversive and an inveterate troublemaker.
Oh, that's the truth of the matter. You'd do anything to get me out, wouldn't you? Scared the men might start asking for another shilling and the electricity put in. Make a few problems for you, that would, wouldn't it? Aye, any excuse.
That will do! Harry, why didn't you tell me about this man's problems with his family?
Well, you had other things on your mind, sir. In any case, his family's got nothing to do with it. I mean, look at him. Drunk at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I must say, Bryce, your appearance here now in this condition doesn't help your case. It would seem to endorse what Mr. Parry's had to say about you.
You might not believe this, but I haven't touched a drop in 2 days. And what about you, Mr. Gates' drinking habits, then?
I'm going to make a decision about you today, Bryce. After I've been to your cottage and after I've spoken to the doctor.
Oh, I hope he'll tell you then.
What?
That he gave me a pill. I'm supposed to be in bed. I came here instead.
How are your wife and family today?
Oh, children as well as can be expected. People have been very kind. As for my wife, she's gone.
She's left you?
She's dead. They've just gone 5 this morning. But don't worry. Like I say, folks are rallying round. People can be kind.
And they've definitely started to move their troops back from the frontier? Oh. Well, it would seem as though the British and the French together can put a stop to this maniac's ambition. Yes, it's a great relief. Yes, I'll be in the Admiralty tomorrow. Goodbye. Come in. Oh, Parsons, what can I do for you?
I'm sorry to disturb you, sir. It's about Gates.
Oh?
Yes, sir, there's something I think you ought to know.
Oh, go on.
There's a story going about that Gates was inebriated, sir. Well, the truth of the matter is something entirely different. Mind you, inebriation does come into the story, sir, but it's a question of where or Or who?
Well, could you come to the point?
Yes, sir. On my way past the Rainbow Public House on Saturday, I was just walking past, you understand?
Yes.
Yes, I happened to see Mr. Reynolds, the old gentleman that Gates knocked down. He was walking towards his bicycle. He was in a severe state of inebriation, sir. Straggling along, grasping a bottle of whiskey, which he subsequently threw into the hedge.
Rather wasteful.
The bottle was, by this time, drained, sir.
Are you prepared to give this evidence to the coroner?
Certainly, sir, if you could tell me what I should do about it.
Yes, well, I'll have to phone the police, of course. They'll want to question you. Can you remember where he threw it exactly?
To within a few yards, sir.
Oh, that should do. Well, thank you, Parsons. I'll phone the police immediately.
Thank you, sir.
Liz?
You've heard about Mrs. Bryce?
Yes, I saw Bryce in the office. Naturally, I told him he can have his job back.
Good.
And that he can stay until he's got his life sorted out. Liz, how much do you think the condition of Bryce's cottage contributed to his wife's death?
Hard to say. Certainly didn't help.
No. Liz, I am so very sorry.
Yes, I think you really are.
I've told Parry to get some estimates for putting in main water, electricity, plumbing, and so on. You know, general improvements.
That's a step in the right direction.
On the other hand, you must understand that Bryce can't stay here indefinitely.
But why not? After what's happened.
Now, Liz, darling, listen to me. Don't let yourself be blinded by your sympathy for the underdog. There is no doubt that Bryce is a troublemaker.
But don't you
Now, please, Liz, let me finish. This is only a small estate, and one man can cause a lot of unnecessary trouble.
Does Bryce know that he's only being kept on temporarily?
No, of course he doesn't, and he won't, till everything possible has been done for him. You can help there.
How?
We'll get together with Rosie Cartland and see what can be done for the children.
I'll do that, certainly. But in the long run...
Meanwhile, I'll have a word with Geoffrey Cartland and see if he can't get him a job at the works. He's expanding a lot these days with his armament contracts. And industry is used to men like Bryce.
That sounds horribly cynical.
Not cynical, Liz. Practical. I know you don't like the way society is organized at the moment, but, well, there it is. And we have to live in it.
The rich man in his castle, the poor man at his gate.
Yes, if you like. But I promise you, we won't let Bryce go until everything possible has been done for him.
Do you know what Vicky said to me before she left for London with Klaus?
No.
Everything that matters is happening somewhere else.
Yes, well, she's young. She has some excuse. But I shan't forget what you said, Liz. Look after your own backyard, eh? I can't say much to comfort you in your loss, but perhaps I can do something practical. Liz. Well, it'll help towards paying someone to take care of the children.
Thanks.
Yes.
I'll look in and see the children tomorrow.
Thank you, Liz.
Why isn't dinner ready? Why does nothing happen at the right time anymore?
Granny, Mrs. Gates will bring it in as soon as we ring. Now, why don't you go and sit down?
What is that awful man doing here?
I'll explain later.
Well, you'll be wanting your dinner. I'll be going then.
Yes, well, good night, Bryce.
Oh, I hear things went well for Mr. Gates at the inquest.
Yes, it seems as though it was the old man who'd been drinking.
Makes you wonder, though, don't it? Old age pensioner forking out 12 and 6 on a bottle of whiskey. Now, if it had been half a bottle, that'd make more sense. Good night.
Well, Bright Eyes, what do you say to that? Do you want me to try and reopen the case?
I think you've had enough for 1 week.
Yes. Well, at least the news from abroad is held here.
Then let's all enjoy a quiet evening at home.
Let's go along in, shall we? If you're ready, Mother.
Ready, Arthur? I'm waiting.